E420 stoner and stonettes. You know what I've been thinking about lately is the 1930s. That was a weird time, wasn't it? I was watching Wizard of Oz and Gone with the Wind, and I was like, wait, that's the same director. Funny that. But you know what else was more weird? The world was at war. The silent movie era had completely finished. The Prohibition happened. The Tasmanian tiger, that went extinct. And religious groups were boycotting marijuana. Enough so they made cheesy, ridiculous exploitation movies to keep people away from marijuana, showing the dangers of the drug. Well, the movie they made was 1936, Reefer Madness, and that's what we're watching right now. Originally titled Tell Your Children, Reefer Madness tells the story of this guy who is talking to a large group of adults about the dangers of weed and drugs in general. So much so that he goes into a story about this group of teenagers that was smoking reefer and their lives just fell apart because of it. So in the opening credits it's stated that weed as a drug makes someone have uncontrollable violent laughter. You also get crazy energy, but then later on in the movie it also shows that you go so far off the rails that you can murder someone and frame someone else for that murder. These teenagers fall so hard that the people from Requiem of a Dream have nothing on these people. Weed has fucked them up. So much so that a girl at the end jumps out the window because she just went complete loony and kills herself. But seriously, these are teenagers they're showing who are the ones doing drugs throughout the whole movie. Teenagers, they look like they're fucking 30 at least. This is referenced in the movie. The main influence for the story was a case in the 1930s of this guy axe murdering his entire family, and he claimed he was smoking reefer at the time, and that's what made him go mad apparently. I don't know, that's a bit of a stretch. It can make you trip out a little bit, but not so much that you become psychotic and kill people. So this is a pretty silly movie. The exaggeration of weed is not even the main silliness of this movie. It's the fact that these filmmakers put this together without any clue on how the actual drug worked. They could have just gone up to some silly, smart-ass kind of a teenager and they could have told them anything and it would have been put into the scripts like, duh, when you smoke weed you get crazy laughter. Duh, when you smoke weed you get this crazy energy. Duh, when you smoke weed you fucking run people over with a car. And like, oh, that's fucking gold, that's going into the script. That really happens? Holy shit. Like, no one should ever drive under the influence, drugs or alcohol, it doesn't matter. But how they lay down this movie with him smoking weed and running the guy over is quite a dramatic stretch. Like, by the end of this movie, he doesn't even get convicted of hit and run. Like, it's totally just swept under the rug. It's fucking weird. So yeah, this movie is silly like I said, but in a good way. It's so ridiculous and outrageous that someone put this together, but damn, it's funny. It's got a big enough of a cult following that this movie was made later into a musical. If that's not enough of an impact, I don't know what is. Also, the 2004 coloured version put exaggerated green and purple smoke in when people are having the reefer, just enough to show you how silly this fucking movie actually is. So yeah, drugs are bad, kids. They are. But seriously, in the end, this movie is hilarious. Go out and watch it. It's fucking golden.
Oh, why don't you button up your lip? You're always squawking about something. Get more static from the radio.